Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I forgot to put my headphones on. Can you hear me okay? I hope so. I hope everybody had a good week. I had a good week. I worked all week. Let a few people get on. Let a few people get on. Let a few people get on. Let me turn my sound down. You guys don't hear everything twice. There we go. Much better. Hello, Alabama. Air bikes. Cool. Hey, Beth. Hey, John. Hope everybody had a awesome week and had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone ate way too much food and saw family and friends and everything. We actually had our Thanksgiving week before because our family was going out of town, but we didn't go out of town, so we had our family Thanksgiving the week before Thanksgiving. So Beth says it was a great holiday and weekend. Yes, it was. So we went and had our Thanksgiving dinner at a local buffet. I forgot to get my cup too. Gummit. So I have a clear bottle. All right, get everybody on. We'll get started. I want to say, before we get started, if you haven't already done so yet, if you're on right now and you haven't already done so, please go hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notification bell so you'll know when we're on. Our normal time is every Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, but we're going to be doing some other uploads as well. So we're going to still do our live every week, of course, but then we're going to also be doing some videos as well, some upload videos. So it's showing 3 people on. What's going on? Y'all go and share for me. Let everybody know we're on. Some people might not get the notification. I did get my notification tonight, but I know recent shows people have been saying they haven't been getting notifications. So make sure you get the go share for me so everybody will know that we are on tonight. None of our regulars are on except for the team. Original Lego Dragon. Hello, Original. Thank you for sharing, Michelle. John says he didn't get it again. That is crazy. Some people get the notification, some people don't. I got the notification and it asked me if I wanted to watch now or whatever, or watch later. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Hey, Katie, there she is. I don't know what's going on with that. That's really strange. Why everybody's not getting notifications? Origami Lego dragon. I'm sorry, I said original. Guys, I am blind. I'm glad you said hi, John, because I see that now it says origami and not original. Thank you for sharing also, Beth. Y'all go share for me. I don't know where all of our people are at tonight. Maybe they're still recovering from their overdose on food, their overdose from Thanksgiving. People are still recovering. Some people are still recovering from that football game, too. Bless their hearts. Some people are happy about it. I think I'm probably one of the people that's happy about it. Could be. You know, whatever side of the spectrum you're on with the Iron Bowl, whether you're Alabama or Auburn, one thing everyone can agree on, that was probably one of the best Iron Bowls in history. I mean, that was an amazing game. I love it when it's tight like that. I love it is I mean, that was just really, 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 really cool. Katie says anytime Alabama loses is a good day. Katie don't like no Alabama. She's not an Auburn fan either. She's an Iowa fan, but she don't like Alabama. But you guys, like I said, there's some more people starting to come in now. If you haven't already done so, please go hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever we're live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But we're going to be doing some upload videos pretty soon as well. Also, our Patreon is done. It's completely done. But with Patreon, you can't just load it onto the channel. To your live, you have to it has to go through a review process. They said the review process can take anywhere from a few minutes to 3 to 4 days. So as soon as that gets done, we'll pop that on to the channel, the link to the channel, and you guys. And I've looked at it. It's you have different options on pay. And you have excuse me. Wow. Um, you also have different options, or the different options on what level of a patron you want to be. Gives you different accesses, and the accesses that I looked at, it was good. It was really, really, really good. So you guys are going to get a lot out of that. For the people that wants to become a patron, you're going to get a lot out of what you um, for becoming a sponsor, a Patreon sponsor. I agree, it was a good game. I kept telling people that you can't judge a rivalry game based on the past games of the season. That's absolutely true. That's 100% true with the Iron Bowl. One team can win all year long, and then the other team not win a game, and then the losing team wins in the Iron Bowl. I mean, that's just the way it is with Iron Bowl. They both teams bring it there in Iron Bowl. Hello, Spicy Latin Mommy. That's cool. Hi, Spicy. Thank you for joining us. If you hadn't already subscribed, please go do so. Guys, I get subscription notifications every single day, several times a day. Our subs are going way up. It's soon going to be time to give away the 2,500 subs prize. So that's coming really, 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 really soon. So you guys keep it up. Get your friends and your family to subscribe to the CAPI Live. It's coming, I promise you. Katie says, all right, y'all, we're not going to turn this into an Alabama Auburn show now. I shouldn't have said anything. I started it. Katie says that is very true, John. However, Alabama played two ranked teams this year and lost to both of them. Unfortunately, that is true, but we're not going to get into that. Um, our book club is coming up. It's going to start at the first of the year. I can talk football all night. I know you can, Katie. Katie can talk football more intelligently than most men that I know. But our book club, Beth, are we starting that this month, or was we starting that at the beginning of the year? I think I asked you that question before and you answered it, but you know how my memory is. January. Okay, thank you, Beth. That's what I thought. Yes, we're going to start the book club in January. So if you haven't gotten the book yet, go to our website, capiparanormal.com, CAPI paranormal.com. At the top up there, you'll see the three little lines. Hit that, and it'll bring up a list. Go to books. Go to The Demonologist. That's the one we're doing. The Demonologist. It's a book about Ed and Lorraine Warren. I keep forgetting the author's name. I will tell you the author's name right now. Let me look it up real quick. Gerald Brittle. Gerald Brittle is the author. This is the book. It's called The Demonologist, The Extraordinary Career of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Hope y'all can see that. That's the book. Hey, Pop. Oh, John popped up a link, guys, to the that'll take you straight to the book section. That's awesome, John. Thank you, buddy. John popped up a link there. Y'all see where it says John with the he's the administrator, one of the administrators. Um, or I don't think it's called a moderator on here. I keep saying administrator, but it's a moderator on here. But y'all see there, he popped up a link there. If you go to that link, it'll take you straight to the book section. Go to The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle, The Extraordinary Life of Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's the book we're doing in January. So get that book. Get it through our link. Don't just go to Amazon and get the book. Go through our link if you would, please. That way you can. I just finished the book. I think John just finished the book. There was a few other ones. Hey, Melissa, girl, I tried to call you 3 times and couldn't get you. I think you're just going to have to call me. So I don't know what was going on. I couldn't get you. I tried 3 times to get you. But if you guys want to be in the book club, which is going to be amazing, we're going to do nothing but paranormal books. We're going to do all kinds of books. We're going to do books after book after book after book. It's going to be a long going thing, an ongoing thing. It's not going to be something we just do one time and then, okay, we're done with it. We're going to keep going with that. So, yes, I finished it for the 3rd time this week. I'm going to read it again too, John. That was an amazing book. I wasn't very familiar with Gerald Brittle. I think I've seen one other thing that he did, but I was and am very familiar with Ed and Lorraine. Um, rest their souls. But that was an amazing book. It really was. It was a really, really good read. It really is an amazing book. Well, you didn't call me, damn it. No, I've been trying to get up with Melissa for like a week now, but bless her heart, she's still recovering, and I've been busy. And a few times this past week, I've had uh, small chances to talk, so I've called her, but I could never get up with her. But anyway, if you guys want to be on that book club, it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, it's going to start in January, so you still have time. I haven't missed any calls from you. What? PM me your number. Don't put your number on here, please, but PM me your number, Melissa. Let me make sure I'm dialing the right number because you should have gotten 3 missed calls from me. That's crazy. Definitely. PM me your number. What is that link, John? All right. So the books. Um, thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. I guess I'm calling the wrong number. All it did was ring. So if you have a voicemail, I definitely wasn't calling the right number. All it does was ring. There was no voicemail, nothing. Oh, that's for the class. Got you. Thank you, buddy. Yes, and the class is going to be, John, if correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it December 14th? But I know get it out of my mouth, and he pops it up there. I'm telling y'all, he's like Radar from MASH. I sent him a picture that said it's a picture. It has a stop or a speed limit sign. It says speed con- controlled or enforced by radar, and then it has radar looking through the trees, and then he superimposed his face over Radar's face. Y'all have to see it. I'll post it, but it's super funny. I'll put it on our Facebook, or John can put it on our Facebook. But let's get this all out real quick. First thing we was talking about was Patreon. It is done. They've got to review it. As soon as they review it, it will be. I'll post it on the live. Hopefully by next Sunday, the next show, you guys will be able to register on our Patreon. And you guys are going to get some cool stuff. I've been looking at the different things you can get. You're going to get right to vote on like shows and events. You're going to get behind the scenes videos. You're going to get live investigation videos. It's going to be the stuff you get for that is well worth it. It really is. So you guys check that out. I'll probably also come on and let everybody know. I'll probably do a special live for just a few minutes. I'll pop on as soon as it gets ready, and then I'll come on and let you guys know about the Patreon. We'll as soon as it gets set up, they have to review it, and as soon as they review it, they'll say, "Yeah, you can go for it." And then we'll put it on here. We're going to do a direct link to. It's already linked to the channel. It's already set onto the channel and everything. They just got to push a button and say yes. So as soon as that happens, they'll email me. I'll hit a button on my end, and it'll say go, and it'll pop up. So we're looking forward to that. You guys are going to get a lot out of that. Please, please, please check out our Patreon, and you get to go in there and look because you do different levels. I think it's $3, $9, and $25. The $25 one, wow, you get a lot for that. I promise you, a lot. But y'all check it out. Book club. Going to start that in January. It's The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle. It is the extraordinary life and experiences of Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's what we're reading now for next month. So go get that book now so that you can get it read and have it, and then that way you'll have it and be ready for the discussion in January. Me, if you're anything like me, I just finished the book this weekend. If you're anything like me, you're going to have to read the book again. So I'll be reading it again at least once before then because my memory is sucks. But it was a very interesting book. I learned a few things about Ed and Lorraine that I did not already know. Ed Warren was the only non-sanctioned, ordained minister to ever be a demonologist. He probably will be the last person to ever do that too. There's some things that he doesn't agree on. My best friend sent me a text the other day and asked me, what do you think about this certain subject? I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to ruin the book for anybody. It wouldn't ruin the whole book, but it would ruin a passage in there. But what do you think about this? Do you agree with what Ed says on this? And I said, you know what? I don't, but I don't rule it out either because I know paranormal. Remember, since 8 years old, I know paranormal. I know demonology. I know ufology. I know telekinesis. I know hauntings. That's my number one thing, my specialty. But Ed Warren studied, investigated, experienced, and educated more on demonology than I'll ever know. I'm humble enough to say that. I guarantee you he did. I can run toe to toe with him on paranormal, a lot of sections in paranormal. But when it comes to demonology, Ed Warren was the man. He really was. So I said, I'm not going to rule it out. It kind of does sound kind of silly, if you think about it, but I'm not going to rule it out. So you guys go get the book by The Demonologist, The Extraordinary Life of Ed and Lorraine Warren by Gerald Brittle, and join us for our book club. You're not going to regret it. Great thing about being a member of a book club is you get to read books. And I'm sorry, there are some people out there that don't like to read. I don't like to read, but whenever it's a book that grabs me, I love it. I really do. So you guys go check that out. The class, that's the next thing. The class, December 14th. Let me go back to at 10 a.m. I didn't even have to scroll. It's still there. I'm going to get to y'all's comments. Give me a second. December 14th at 10 a.m. is our next class. Now, this will be the last class of 2019. All right. The last class of 2019. Next year, starting January 1st, the class changes. All right. We're going to be adding some stuff. We're going to be subtracting some stuff. Substitutes. We're taking away some stuff. I used to know how to say it. That's a conspiracy, y'all. I ain't kidding you. It's a conspiracy, a CON conspiracy, and I'm not kidding you. It's a conspiracy. But the class is going to be much better next year. It's going to be more informative. We're going to go more in depth on case studies. We're going to talk a little more about demonology. We've taken out some stuff. There was some stuff in there. The last class we did, poltergeist was included in somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but when I saw it, I was like, why is that even there? I mean, I did this class friggin' 10, 12 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was, a long time ago. I sat down at a computer for 14 hours, a desktop computer for 14 hours, and ashed that class out. But yeah, it didn't even need to be there. I was like, I can't believe it's been there all this time. But I blamed Beth. I said Beth added it just to throw me, just to confuse me. That's what it is. But no, obviously it had been there ever since the beginning, and I just never noticed it. But that's when you know you're on a subject that's really worth biting into, is whenever you learn something every single time. And I still do. Every time I teach a class, I'll look at something and I'm like, I never thought about it like that, or certain person. When I talk to that certain person, he'll ask me questions a lot of times and stump me, and he knows that really freaks me out when I get stumped on the paranormal, and he knows what I have to do. So then I'll just dive into that subject and figure it out. But he has stumped me a few times, and he knows who he is too. All right, let me catch up with y'all's quotes. Remember, class, $25 if you do it this last time, December 14th at 10 a.m. If you do it that last class of 2019, it's still $25. All right. So if you guys have been wanting to take that class and you haven't done it yet, you need to get it now. Now, some people are saying that, well, why would I do the class now if it's going to be better after the first of the year? Yeah, it is going to be a little more informative, but it's still the basic principles of paranormal ghost investigations, haunting investigations. It's still the basic principle. So what I'm going to do is, never mind. I'm not going to bring that up yet. Not yet. I'll talk about that again later. I'm sorry. I need to hash that out a little bit more before I go into that. But anyway, we're going to have you covered on that. But anyway, the class is $25 from now until December 31st, starting January 1st, midnight, December 31st. or 11:59, December 31st, when it hits 12 o'clock, and it's now January 1st, 2020, when the ball drops and everybody starts saying Happy New Year and singing "Oh Ing Zine," then the class goes to $50. All right, because there's going to be more to it, and all that. So check it out. December 14th at 10 a.m. It's the next class. That link John popped up there. Just scroll back and you'll see it. If you don't feel like scrolling back, John, pop it up again, buddy. Throw it back up there because someone may have just heard something or read something and says, you know what? I want to check this out. So yeah, pop it up again, buddy. That link to the class. You guys go do that, and then we'll see you Saturday the 14th, which is just a few weeks, just a couple of weeks. All right, one more thing before we get to before I go back and check out y'all's comments. Yeah, right there is where I need to start. All right. Remember, December 15th through January 5th, we take our break. That's the end of the season for the show. That's the end of, I think, let me see. Hold on. Let me go to my calendar so I don't lie to nobody. All right, today's January 1st. We have one show left tonight, and then next week, next Sunday at 9 Central Standard Time is the 8th, and that'll be our last show until January 5th. Here's what we're going to do. One of our tech guys, who's freaking amazing, is just put together a video. He's going to do best of for the 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought that was only 3 shows that we were missing. Oh yeah, it is. The 8th. No. I'm sorry. The 15th was. It is. It's 3 shows. No, it is 4. I'm sorry, because it's the 15th, 22nd, 29th, and the 5th are going to be. We won't have a show, but what he's doing is he's putting together the best of. So he's going back and finding shows that and getting the creme de la creme of all the shows for 2019. And we're helping him out. I've sent him some submissions. He said I was the only one that sent him so many submissions, by the way. So Beth, John, calling y'all out. Y'all need to get on that. Get to looking. Go back and find some shows and find your funny moments or your favorite moments. They don't have to be funny. They can be informative. They can be serious. They can be funny. Whatever you want them to be. But get your favorite moments and send it to him. The way I did it was I sent him the episode. Starting January 5th, all the shows will be episodes. We'll do episode, season 3, because January will be January will be our second season on YouTube. I don't know. I'll look at it and find out. But send him the episode, the timestamp from where you want that scene to start and stop, and of course the date. All right, that way he can get those put together. He's doing an amazing job, y'all. That's Brian that's doing that, by the way, our one of our tech guys, and he is freaking amazing when it comes to that. He's doing an awesome job. We really appreciate him. But yeah, so remember that. So you don't have to go without CAPI live for those 3-4 weeks. You don't have to go without them, without CAPI for those episodes. It'll just be, we're just going to be doing the best of. So don't comment, or you can comment, I guess, but just don't expect anyone to respond. We've had people come back and look at shows like Facebook and stuff like that, and they respond, and then they get mad because we don't respond to them. We're like, that was a recording, and that wasn't a live show. All right, let me get up y'all's comments. My husband, who is a skeptic, this is Katie, told me that the other night he was sleeping and woke up because someone hit his pillow really hard enough to wake him up. He got up thinking it was one of the kids and checked both of their room, and they were both asleep. And I was allegedly snoring on the couch. Wow, you might have something going on there, Katie. Signed team photos. Yes, yes, absolutely. That's another thing you get it for being a Patreon. Let's see. John, he thought it'd be a good idea to tell me this at the dinner table at Thanksgiving in front of the kids. Now the kids are freaking out. Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to talk about stuff like that in front of your kids. There's a lot of stuff that happens here that I don't talk about. There's some stuff that happens here that I don't talk about to nobody. I don't tell even Michelle because it would freak her out, or Dakota, or anybody else. They do know about Toby. Everybody that lives here knows about. You can't live here and not know about Toby because he will let himself be known. I promise you. But there's some stuff that's happened that I don't tell the kids or my wife because they'd freak them out too much. But sometimes he doesn't think before he speaks. That's the man in him. That's the only reason. That's just his gender. We all do that. Did I get everything? Yeah, from there up I did. Telekinesis, yes. Moving things with your mind, yes. I love to read. I do too when it's a good book, Beth. Yeah, but like, is there any proof of telekinesis? Um, no, Fop, there's not. Oh, not to change the subject, but I forgot to tell y'all the old school we investigated. Someone broke in and stole a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, Melissa, are you serious? I wonder if hmm, that says a lot. That says a lot. I'm going to talk to you, Melissa. If you PM'd me, don't forget to PM me your number to make sure I'm dialing the right number because I really need to talk to you about that too. Definitely. So, Johnny and team, y'all need to get down here and investigate. I've had the door from the laundry room into the garage fly open while I've been out smoking in the garage. I thought it was Nathan in the laundry room, but he was in the living room watching football. Road trip investigation in San Antonio. Beth, I need to talk to you too. Remember, I was supposed to talk to you too. I just remembered that. I need to talk to you too. So we need to set a meeting for tomorrow, if that's good with you. Man, I really hate that, Melissa. Someone took. Oh, I can't stand a thief, man. I, oh, it just rips my spine out. You hurt a child, a cop, or you're a thief. That just, or if you beat your wife or lady beater, woman beaters, I'll just, oh my God. We need to go back to hanging them high at noon. Psychokinesis, a form of telekinesis, is blamed for many hauntings. Yep. Well, let's go into that. Let's go into that. We'll go into that next. Let's talk about that. It's in how it was brought up. We'll talk about that. Psychokinesis has been blamed for a lot of hauntings. Telekinesis has not. Um, it's kind of like saying red is a beautiful color, but not the color of that fire truck. I mean, it's kind of saying yes to a double negative to the same subject, but I'll explain. I know they got all of the old stuff, even the rocking horse. Why would you take the rocking horse? They probably thought it was worth money because it was old. That's sad. There was some cool stuff. Yes, there was some very cool stuff in there. Thank you for reposting that, John. Any suspects? Yeah, man. We're investigators. We need to go find out who did that, but we're not turning them into the cops. We'll have other things to do. Johnny, did you get your free psychic reading yet? No, Katie, I didn't. And I did contact him. What she's talking about, guys, is Facebook is starting to get flooded with these psychic mediums that charge. And this guy that we're talking about, I don't remember his name. Katie, if you remember his name, you can say it, or John, you might remember. I don't remember his name, but anyway. Excuse me. This guy, he was expensive. He would come on Facebook, and one person would win a reading, and he would do random readings for people. Um, but really wouldn't go into any detail. So what he's doing is he's fishing, basically. It's called client fishing. He's throwing a line out there. Y'all see people do it on TV all the time. All these fake mediums out there and psychics and everything. They'll go out there and say, "Was there a Mary? Someone with a Mary? Someone lost someone close to them named Mary. Mary's a pretty common name. You know, was there a John? Did anyone an Uncle John or an Uncle Fred?" If you got 100 people in the audience, someone's going to have a John, Mary, or Fred. You know, so or they'd say David or Susan or whatever, and it's called client fishing. And that's what he does. He comes on there and he does these client fishes, and people bite into it. And he gives them these little bitty things. And he says, "Look, I'd really like to. This person really has a big message for you, so I'd really like to give you a full reading. Go to my site and sign up, and I'll contact you." And he'll say, "Go to my business page." And when you go to the page, the readings are like 100 to 150 to $175. I mean, it's crazy. But he does give one away, and every show, every time he's on, he gives a psychic a full read for free. Well, I got chosen to get a free read. He chooses somebody by the amount of hearts that you post, or how many shares you do, or whatever, and he'll say, "I choose this person." He says the psychics tune into him and says, "I choose this person." And so he did. He chose me, and he said, "Go to my business page and put on, and contact me, and I'll get in touch with you." Well, I did, but I didn't ever get contacted, and I'm sure I won't. It's a ploy to get people to go to his site and because he never. That's why they're private readings. That way, no one will ever know. But I'm waiting. If I see him back on again, I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna tell everybody this man did not give me a reading. I didn't ever got a call from him or nothing. So, I don't know how that goes. But yeah, that's what she's talking about there when she asked me if I got my reading yet. Holy crap, Katie! Can of worms! Can of worms! Yep. Okay, I'll work on it tomorrow. I don't know what you mean. Holy crap, Katie! Can of worms. Road trip. Yep, I agree. I'm down. Okay, y'all, let's go. I'm ready. I'll go. Look, we don't even have to get a hotel room. We could stay at Katie's house. They have a big, nice house. We could stay at her house. Y'all, let's do it. Let's just freaking do it. Let's just go for a weekend. I don't see why not. Let's just go. Was it Tom? Did Tom take the horse? Tom did like the horse. Caps can save lives. Yes, Lynette, caps can save lives. I don't know what you mean by that, but yes, I'll agree with it. Johnny, does that mean you are worth money because you are now old? I'm not old. I haven't hit 50 yet. So I'm not considered old yet. I haven't hit 50, so no, I'm not worth anything. Greetings, Wilson, Winson, Windson, Winson, Windson. I think I'm saying that right. Martins, Winson Martins. Hello. If you haven't hit subscribe, please go do so. I think his name was Whack Job. That's it. Thank you, Katie. I knew I'd remember it. You got it. That's it. I'm an uncle. John's an uncle. Yep. It's insane how many of them 110% believe in him. I didn't realize there was that level of stupid in this world. Oh, yeah. It's way beyond that. Hey, Isaiah. Oh, he's from Brazil. Awesome, Winson. That is awesome. Winston's from Brazil. We are very well. Thank you. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about what we were talking about because it was brought up. John, someone had made the comment or asked the, I think it was Pop, was asking about telekinesis. Is there any proof of telekinesis? Um, no, there's not any registered 110% proof of telekinesis. Um, does that mean it's never happened? I don't know. I don't know. There's been demon cases within the paranormal where stuff has moved. Um, and there's been hauntings where stuff has moved. But John made a very interesting comment. Um, he said that psychokinesis, a form of telekinesis, has been blamed for a lot of paranormal activity or hauntings. Um, I agree with that statement to a point. Um, Psychokinesis and telekinesis, it basically just means the difference of distance, pretty much, in a nutshell. I'm not going to get in all into that. But y'all hear me talk about energy, right? That's the number one thing in the capabilities of an investigation, or not an investigation, but of an entity. They have to have that energy to be able to do anything, right? We all know that. They have, just like we have to have energy to be able to do anything, they also have to have energy to be able to do anything. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. It's just I don't know. I just wanted to show the winners of the Iron Bowl for some reason. I don't even know where that whatever just but just popped in my head. I wanted to show it in case y'all didn't remember. If anybody was asleep all day yesterday and you didn't see anything, that's who won the Iron Bowl. Anyway, random thoughts of stupidness. Um, if we need that energy, and an entity needs that energy to be able to move stuff or anything like that. All right, let's go on the side first of it's not psychokinesis or telekinesis being blamed for a haunting. Let's say it is the haunting. People say that 100% telekinesis is possible. I guess this would be psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is possible because if a ghost can move an object, which you've seen happen, which I've seen happen, I'm talking as they're talking to me. I don't know if y'all have seen that happen or not. Surely you have on television or whatever. But it, whether you have or not, there has been instances where we've been on investigations where stuff has moved from A to B, and and whether we viewed it as it happened or if it happened, whatever. We knew that something, this object was at A when we left the room, and when we come back, it was now at B. We know it was moved, and there was no one physically in that room. So, what do we do to explain that? Is that telekinesis? Is that psychokinesis? Absolutely, it's not. Well, they say, well, a ghost doesn't have, or I hate using that word, but an entity doesn't have that physical body. It doesn't have that physical fingers to go over and pick the phone up and move it to over here. So it has to be able to do that with um, its mind. It's which it does still have a mind. Doesn't have a brain, but it has a mind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. If anyone has on headphones, but it doesn't have a brain, but it still has a mind. It still has its inner self. So th- there's a theory that says if an entity moves an object, psychokinesis is pretty much mind over matter. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's a nutshell way to say it. A lot better nutshell than the way I said it. Thank you, John. But it's moving that object without its physical fingers and bones and ligaments and tendons and everything. It's moving that from one place to the other. It's using its phalanges, to make that happen, right? But now, if it just pretend this is not here, if the phone picks up and moves over to the across in front of me and then sits down over here, everybody's going to freak out and say that phone just moved in front of you, and I can say, well, I'm moving it with my mind. Now that would be psychokinesis. Um, telekinesis, whatever. Hmm, I don't know. We'll get into that. But it would be me moving it with my mind. Well, they say if a ghost doesn't have these fingers, these digits to pick this up, or the physical form to move it, then obviously it's moving it with its mind. It's doing it. No, not necessarily. It doesn't have fingers and hands and muscles and tendons and all that stuff to be able to grasp stuff and move it from one place to another. Absolutely, it doesn't. But the argument that it has to be able to do that with its mind is also not correct, because it doesn't have that feature anymore, but it does still have energy. So it would move that with the energy. So there's still something grabbing a hold of that object, of that phone. There's something grabbing a hold of it. It's not fingers, it's energy grabbing it. And it's being manipulated by that entity to move in that direction. You see what I'm saying? So whether we use fingers, if I had enough air, if I had an air cannon and I put it under this phone and I turned it on, it would lift this phone up. Y'all have all been in the um, supermarkets before, in the um, stores when they do the advertisements, and there'd be like a vacuum cleaner there with a ping pong ball and it'd be floating. Y'all have seen that, right? Or I've seen them use balloons and kickballs and soccer balls and whatever. It'll be floating in the air. Well, if I had enough air and I had an air canning sitting under this and I turned it on, that if it was enough force from that air, this phone would rise up, right? And it would be kind of going up and down and up and down. Well, the reason why it keeps moving up and down and up and down and up and down like this and moving instead of just rising up slowly by itself, it wouldn't do that, would it? It would float like this and go like this, because gravity is always fighting to get it back down, but that pressure is still bringing it up. So there's a force grabbing the phone and picking it up, right? So energy is the same thing as air. It's still a force grabbing it and moving it from one place to the other. It's not physical fingers or hands, but it's still a force holding on to it. The whole point of telekinesis is there's no force grabbing onto it and moving it from one place to the other. It's just being manipulated to move from one place to the other through that power of the mind. An entity doesn't do that. An entity uses its energy to grab hold of that and move it from one place to the other. Y'all remember seeing the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze? You remember whenever he was in the subway, and that one ghost that kept telling him, "Hey, this is my area. You have to leave," and he kept scaring him and making him leave. And then finally, Patrick Swayze says, "You know what? I'm not scared of you anymore. You're just a ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm Patrick Swayze, and I will kick your butt." you know, so I'm not scared of you anymore. You're going to teach me, or I'm not going to leave. I'm just going to stay here. Remember, he kept singing that song over like he used to do to his wife. And so that guy showed him how to do it, and he's like, "You have to be able to thump that bottle cap, that beer tap or cap. You got to be able to thump it. You're just going." He said, "You're trying to use your fingers to do it. You don't have any fingers anymore. There's no finger there. All right, you don't have that finger to push that thing across there." He was trying his best to go through. I don't think he was thumping it. He was pushing it, trying to push it with his finger. And he was trying. He said, "You're trying to use your finger. Stop using your finger. Use that energy. Bring up all of that hatred and that happiness and that sadness and every emotion you can think of. Bring all that up and then push it through your finger and then push that." He was having to use his energy. He was manipulating that object through a secondary force. I hope you guys are following me. I swear I got it. Sometimes I get on my rants and you can't, and I don't even understand what the hell I'm saying. But if you're not, please tell me, and you're not going to hurt my feelings, because I know I need to explain it better. Sometimes John, I have to go to him and say, "Tell him what I'm trying to say," because y'all can see he already does that. But he's moving it. Patrick Swayze in that scene is trying to move that bottle cap with his finger. It's no longer there. His perception of it is there, but the physical presence of his finger doesn't exist anymore. While the physical presence of that bottle cap does exist. See what I'm saying? There is a physical presence of that bottle cap, but there's no physical presence of his finger. So he's trying to move it with his finger. He's just going to pass through it every time, right? So he's trying to get him to bring up all of that energy and condense it down into the tip of his finger and then push that energy. All right, there's a movable force. All right, that's actually moving that. Telekinesis, there is no physical force. It's the power of the mind, not using energy, but using power, using just the mind to manipulate an object. So, well, it's not really, that's where I'm messing up in explaining it. It's not really manipulating the object. All right. That's the thing. It's not, if you're manipulating the object, you still have to have a force. You still have to have an energy force or a physical force to manipulate that object. I can manipulate, where'd it go? I can manipulate, it moved over, y'all. I can manipulate this telephone with my hand. I called it a telephone. It's not a telephone, is it? I'm sorry. The cell phone. Um, I'm old school. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a 70s and 80s kid. But I can move this phone with my physical force, the force that I have in my fingers. I can physically pick it up and move it over to wherever I want it or show it on camera or whatever. I can do that. I can bring out the kickstand if I want to because I have that force. But now, if I want to manipulate that kickstand and get it to come out by itself, I can either use, I, if I'm an entity and I just want to scare Johnny and I want that kickstand to pop open without Johnny touching it and just boom, come out just like that, then I'm going to have to use that force. Now, you see, I just used a force to open that, right? I used that force to open that. So that would pretty much be the difference between physical force and non-physical force. I didn't use a physical force to move this because my physical force would be this or another object or a pin or whatever to pry that open and open it up. Well, I'm not doing that with this. I'm using the force. That's what an entity does. It uses that force of energy to push that out. All right. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. Or I know I am explaining it correctly, but I hope I'm explaining it legibly. Let me put it that way. Um, I'll get to y'all's comments. Give me 1 second. Telekinesis is using um, the power of the mind to manipulate an object. Entities do not do that. That's why I said I agree with what you said, John, disagree with what you said. Um, Psychokinesis, telekinesis, whatever you call it, it's not using any type of force to manipulate the object. It's using the mind to move the object. All right. I'm not using something to manipulate this phone. You know, I am right now. I'm using my hands, but just I'm saying if I'm using telekinesis, I'm manipulating the phone itself. There, I finally got it right. I finally saying it like I can understand it now. So I know y'all can because I'm probably the dumbest person on this show. But what I'm saying is I, I I'm not using any force to move the phone. I can use a physical force, whether it be air, my hands, my fingers, um, water, whatever. I can use a physical force to move this phone from one place to the other. Telekinesis is using no force. I'm not manipulating, like right now, I'm manipulating, I can't talk, my hands to move this object from one place to the other, right? I'm done with my phone, so I'm going to set it down over here now. All right. I need to get my phone again, so I'm going to pick it back up. All right. I'm using a physical force, the muscles and tendons and everything in my hand to move that phone from one place to the other. So telekinesis is me not manipulating any type of force or any type of um, energy or anything else. I'm manipulating the object itself. All right. I'm telling the phone to pick up in the air and move over to where I want you to move. All right. So physical form or physical force is when you use some force to move the object. Telekinesis is whenever you manipulate the object itself. All right. Please tell me if you don't get that. And I'm not saying if you don't get that, you're dumb. I'm saying I'm dumb because I'm not explaining it correctly. So please tell me. Let me catch up here. Let me see. Got that. Hi from Greenland. Hey, from Greenland. New car, Nucker, or new car. I think it's new car. Anyway, hi. Hey, Johnny, is a ghost and a spirit the same thing? a very similar. Yeah. Um, it kind of is. Spirit, I don't like using the word ghost. It's too whimsical. Um, I do a lot on the show because that's the way people relate to a spirit or an entity. Um, Ghost is just something that, we come up with. Um, it, it's all right to say ghost. I don't have a problem with it. But to answer your question in a nutshell, yeah, it's all the same thing. An entity, a spirit, a ghost, whatever. Um, Now, if you want to get technical and get down into the beans about it, a spirit is actually the term that is used, and people use the term spirit for hauntings all the time, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't ever say anything about it. Who cares what you call it? People call them hanks. People call them goshens. People call them ghosts. People call them well, I don't know. What are some of the other words? Spirits, entities, demons, angels. Um, there's a million different words for what they are, but in every culture has a different thing, and every language has a different thing. We get ghost from the German word Geist, and I mean it's just how it is. Webster took a lot of words from the old country and manipulated them, and then people took those words that he manipulated and manipulated them again. Same thing with last names. Y'all know how that worked when people started melting pot into to the United States. People started changing their names because this group didn't like Italians, or this group didn't like Irishmen, or this group didn't like German, or this group didn't like whatever. So they would change their names and stuff like that. Um, but the word ghost is fine if you want to use that. Spirit's fine, but if you want to get, like I said, get down to it, spirit is actually what it's called whenever it's in skin. Basically, when it's still like me, I have a spirit inside of me. I have a soul inside of me. What is that?
Money.
I know. Why are you giving it to me?
Because it's money.
Oh, you're giving it to me because it's money?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Y'all, she gave me a big change, a big purse of change. And none of it is real.
Nope.
All of it is plastic.
Yep.
You're too sweet. But yeah, it's the same thing. I like to say entity. Um, whenever especially whenever I'm speaking directly to them, it's just a little more respect. But I mean, ghost is fine too. So it's just, but yeah, it's all just tomato, tomato. Is it true that there are a lot of ghosts in America? It's actually been said. Now, I don't know this, um, but it's actually been said that Europe has a lot more ghosts than America. It says that England in general has a lot more ghosts than America, which makes sense because they're older. But yeah, there are a lot in America. Um, let me say it like this, Winston. There are a lot of reports of spirits and hauntings in America. A lot of reports, um, to the tune of several hundred a day. Um, Not necessarily a whole bunch of ghosts. All those, I'm not going to say there's not a whole bunch of ghosts in America, because there are, but all the reports of them are not necessarily entity. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, John, I just was, videos. You just subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much. 9 viewer, 9 likes. Yep. Well, no, it says 9 viewers, 8 likes. Somebody took a like away. They didn't like me after that, I guess. I'm stuck at 63. Make it 64. I don't know what that means. John don't know what he wants to say. What kind of phone is that? I don't know. Um, I don't remember what kind of phone I have. Yes, I do. It's a V20. a Samsung V20. My name is Serge. Awesome. That's easier to say than what it is on there. So, welcome, Serge. Thank you for subscribing. Spooks, yep. Do you know what it feels like to live with a ghost? Yes, I do, Serge. I do live with a ghost. I keep hearing phone ring tones in my closet, but there is no phone on there. I keep hearing phone ringtones in my closet. That's crazy. It's weird. I agree. That is weird. What?
Hey,
Everybody, it's Dakota. She hasn't been on in a while. So everybody say hey to Dakota. Wave. It's my youngest daughter, Dakota. She wants to say something.
I love ghost stories. So
You love ghost stories.
yes, I don't know why, but I just do. I just want to hear it.
She loves ghost stories. That's too cool.
But I'm scared of ghosts. I don't know why, but I love ghosts.
You'll get over that.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. It would make sense that a lot of ghosts live in England since the Black Death wiped out 1/3 of the population, right? Hello, Laura. Everybody's saying hi, Dakota. John says, greetings, beautiful Dakota.
Hello.
I hope I answered those questions from who was it? Isaiah and somebody else. But yes, Serge, I do know what it feels like to live with a ghost. We have a ghost here. I named him Toby. Toby. He's a young boy that we did an investigation years ago, and he the people wanted him gone, so we did a cleansing. But I invited him to come home with us because I didn't know what would happen to him. I was kicking him out of his home, and I didn't want him not to have anywhere to go. So, I mean, he could have went to wherever he wanted to, but I didn't know what would happen to him because nobody knows what happens after a cleansing. So, in lieu of that, I said, "Well, you'd like to come home with us," and he did. He took me up on my offer. Long time no talk, Laura. Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I didn't know that.
What?
You just said.
Long time no talk.
I didn't think I was born that day. More ghost stories.
What is mom doing?
Feeding cats.
All right, can you go to your room? Let me finish. I love you.
Love you.
High five. Ow. You're a little too strong there, kiddo. because we were just texting. Oh, that's why she said that. I was wondering if maybe she used to be on the show, but she's not. There might be a ghost at my house. Why do you say that, Serge? At night, I've been hearing footsteps. Serge, where do you live again? I know we're not coming to your house because you're overseas, I believe. Winston was the other person that asked a question. That's right. Now, where are you from, Serge? Alaska. Whoa, yeah, that's a little ways away, isn't it? Hey, if we're gonna go to Texas, we can go Alaska too. Laura's also a damn Yankee like me. She's from Iowa but lives in Texas now. Go ahead and make your comments now, Johnny. I don't have any comments. I really don't. I'm good. There's a reason why people leave the North and come to the South and stay. At night, my sister says she hears knocking. Interesting. I don't blame you, Laura. I would have done the exact same thing. That would be an interesting road trip. Yes, it would. All right. Guys, what do y'all think about? And I'm talking to Brian, John, and Beth right now. What do y'all think about that? Y'all want to do a road trip to Texas? And I'm scared. Um, Serge, give John, PM John, your information, some contact information, and we can find you a team. Or I guess we could come to. I mean, is probably is not much further than. Well, yeah, I think it is. It's a lot further than Texas, isn't it? From Alabama to Texas is not from Alabama to uh, Alaska. Laura, never agree with what Johnny says. Too late. She already did, Katie. Sorry. So there is some intelligence in Iowa, or it used to be until she denounced them and moved to Texas because she's smart. Please come to Texas. We absolutely will. I tell you what, Katie and Laura, you should come to Florida. We can definitely come to Florida, Lynette. We're not far from Florida. Central Alabama is not far from Florida at all. I'll tell you what, Katie and Laura. Dakota, can you hand me my drink right here, please? It fell. Thank you, baby. If you guys find us three legitimate places to investigate, we'll come. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the emails. I don't know why. I always forget about emails. Yeah, you can email him, Serge. It's jbowen, JBOWEN dot CAPI, CAPI at gmail.com. jbowen.cappy at gmail.com. Levy, stop. It's because I have practiced butterfly knives. What is because you have practiced butterfly knives? Excuse me, y'all. I'm still getting over that cold. You guys should start your own ghost show on TV. I agree, Isaiah. They won't let us do a show on TV. We've tried. We didn't try. They tried. I didn't contact them. They contacted me. But yeah, we've been through that. We won't fake stuff, so they won't let us on TV. Good night, Brooklyn. Oh, Serge, send the link to your channel. We'll go like it. I'm going to start asking around. All right, get us at least 3 bona fide places that has a history of activity in and around San Antonio that we can do in a weekend, and we'll look into coming there. If the team is okay with it. They haven't said anything. They've ignored my question, which might mean something. So it's my name. Okay, cool. Buenos videos. I will definitely check that out. All right. What else do we need to talk about tonight? If you guys have any questions, paranormal questions, please shoot them out. We will gladly answer them. I'm pretty sure I can answer them, whatever your question is. And if I can't, I will find out. If I can't, maybe one of my team members can. If one of my team members can't, then we will find out. I promise you. Johnny, I've sent you several different places in and around San Antonio to investigate. Well, send them again. I didn't ask you what you sent in the past. See, y'all, she's from Iowa. She shows that so much. Bless her heart. That's what we say in the South whenever someone just needs our pity. Bless their heart. It means she's not bright, and we're hoping that God will have mercy, basically. So, oh, don't lump me in with Katie. I would never live in San Antonio. Okay. I'm an Aggie, College Station. Got you. How far is that from San Antonio, Laura? Yeah, how far is that from San Antonio? How far do you live from San Antonio? Because we'd like to meet both of you. Oh, let me talk a little something personal. This doesn't have anything to do with CAPI. This is all me and one other person. But I just wanted to throw this out so people will know. We keep drama off of here. We don't do religious. Well, we talk religion, but the paranormal side of religion. But we don't talk about politics and stuff like that. State of the Union, stuff like that. I'm putting together a new channel. It's going to be. It has nothing to do with CAPI. It is not CAPI related in any way. Me and one other person. I haven't got their permission to say their name yet, so I'm not going to say their name yet. But we're still hashing it together right now. But I'm going to have a separate channel from this channel. We don't even have a name yet. We've just got the idea and what we want to do. We're basically going to go on and we're going to talk about politics, current events. Speaking of current events and everything, does everybody know what day today is? What is the significance of today? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the significance of today, December 1st, 2019? Tell me if you know that. But anyway, it's going to be a separate channel from this completely. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to give life advice. There's going to be comedy. There's going to be information. It's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. So y'all keep your ears open for that. Let's see, let me catch up with y'all's comments. All right, I got that one. All right, Lynette says, does a place have to be old building for a ghost to live in? No, it doesn't, Lynette. That's actually an old myth about the paranormal, about hauntings. remember, a spirit or an entity is not bound by physical laws anymore. It can go anywhere it wants. So if it wants to move into a house that's just been built, um, it can live there. Let me tell you a story about this that just popped in my mind whenever she said this. We did an investigation years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. A long, long time ago, before we even started CAPI. The problem with this house or this location is, there was a guy that lived there or he actually didn't live there. He was having it built. He had designed his own home, how he wanted it to look, how he wanted it to feel, the feng shui of it. Everything had to be perfect. So he was the kind of guy that would come in. The contractor would come to him and say, "Hey, we finished. Come look." Several times, I don't know how many times, but several times, he would walk in the house and say, "No, it's not right. It's not. You didn't capture what I'm looking for." So we would give him a whole different description of this, and they had to knock out a room or build another room or put a wall in or take a wall out or change the staircase, whatever the case was. Be several times he came there and he said, "This is not what I want. This is not what I was talking about. You didn't do it. Change this." And so he kept on and on and on. One day, this is a true story. One day he comes in, walks into the living room and says, "I'm home. This is it. This is what I wanted." This was a day that nobody was there. The contractor had called him and told him, "Hey, it's done. Go see what you think. Let me know. You know, tell me how it is." So the guy goes to the house, walks in, says, "This is what I wanted. This is, you know, this is it." So he calls the contractor back and he says, "Hey, this is it. You've done it. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much." Contractor hears a noise. After that, he keeps calling the guy. The guy won't answer. The contractor finally makes it to the house, finds the guy dead in the living room floor, right there in the middle of the living room, down on the ground, phone next to him, not breathing, no pulse, gone. He spent all that time building the house, kept saying no, 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 no. Finally, he said yes. He had a heart attack. He had a major heart attack, dropped to the floor, probably dead before he hit the ground. After that, a few years after that, nobody lived in the house. The family didn't move into the house. I don't know. I think they sold it a couple of times, whatever. We went to investigate it because they had a lot of activity there. Um, the house was only a few years old. So, no, it does not have to be new for anyone to for it to have an entity there. But awesome question. Um, whoever asked that question, Lynette, that's who asked it. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Do you ever gotten stuff thrown at you by? Oh yeah, that's why I have the scar on my chin. They threw a picture at me and sliced my chin. About 3 hours. Good Lord. We may have to do some finagling there. Send me an invite to it. Send you an invite to what? Go investigate the Jefferson Hotel. Where's that at, Isaiah? Oh, you're out now, Laura. The footstep might be my grandpa because he is up till like 12. Is he alive? I don't need another one of you ganging up on me. John got it. Check out John. He's so smart. That's right. I asked you guys what happened. Why is December 1st so significant? John said Rosa Parks refused to move to the back of the bus, starting the Montgomery bus boycott that lit a fire in the civil rights movement. Absolutely right, John. It was a planned act. It wasn't random like the movie and a lot of people have you believe. She actually got on that bus 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 days in a row, and no one ever told her to move until that one time. So, but anyway, it still started one of the greatest things to ever happen in the South. So it was great. That was awesome. Um, she got tired. She says, "I'm not doing it. I'm not moving to the back." So, yep, that's right. Thank you, John. I'm not wanting to bring all that up or anything like that, or have a discussion on civil rights or anything like that. I'm a white guy in the South that believes in civil rights. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we're done with all that, and I wish more people would let it go so that we can move on and be the South instead of being having all that. But it's usually mostly the people from Iowa, I mean the North, that bring that stuff up and keep dredging it and dredging it and dredging it. Not the South. The South, we're over it. We don't care. I don't care what color you are. So, but yeah. But yeah, thank you, John. That's very good. I was wondering if anybody was going to get that. I actually forgot about it. John got it. Yep. Can some people subscribe to my channel? Press my Absolutely, Serge. I'll go check it out. I'm not going to 100% tell you I'll subscribe to it until after I check it out. But if it's cool, yes, I will subscribe. Stories about my family. Yeah, we all have those families, Katie. Yeah, I'm starting a new channel that doesn't have anything to do with paranormal. I just wanted to throw that out so people will be ready for it. I have a scar on my forehead. Lynette is the most random person ever. I love her to death. My dad's mom died though. I'm sorry, Serge. Recently? Oh, when you was 4. I'm sorry. Johnny, what are your thoughts about past loved ones coming to you in your dreams with messages? Is that just our subconscious wanting them so bad to see them again? Awesome question, Katie. Um, Somebody sent you that, didn't they? Yankee didn't come up. I'm just playing. That's my last shot at Katie, y'all, because she's not shooting back. So I'm not going to keep shooting at her. She usually shoots back, but I'm not going to shoot back. But awesome, awesome questions. In case y'all didn't hear that, she says, Johnny, what are your thoughts about past loved ones coming to you in your dreams with messages? Is that just our subconscious wanting them so bad to see them again? You can tell if it is or not, Katie. Believe it or not. The same way you can tell if uh, in psychology they tell us when someone comes to you about a recurring dream or recurring nightmare. One of the things that we instruct people to do whenever they say, "Hey, I keep having this dream. It's driving me crazy. Every time it happens, I think it's real." I had a dream tonight, y'all. I took a nap from this afternoon till this evening because I just needed it. But I had a dream that we were attacked by aliens. It was crazy. It was so real. It was like this shot of light come through the sky, and there was an explosion, and this like hole opened up like a portal or something, and then it all these ships started coming out and shooting at people and everything. It was crazy. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. It was just a nutty dream, but I thought it was real while I was having it. But there's if you can train yourself to do this, you can always look for something wrong, for something that just wouldn't normally be, and then uh, Here's a perfect example. There's a lot of people that have dreams that they're getting up and going to the bathroom to pee. Um, they'll see themselves get out of bed, walk to the bathroom, turn the light on. If say it's a guy, he turns the light on, he walks over to the toilet, he lifts the lid, lifts the seat, he starts to use the bathroom. They tell you to look for something. Something's going to be wrong. Something's not going to, like, you. There was no trip. The most common one is there was no trip from the bed to the bathroom. You were laying in the bed and says, "Man, I got to pee," and the next thing you see, you're standing over the toilet to pee. And then what would happen is they'd start to pee in the toilet, but they're not really in the toilet. They're laying in the bed, and they would pee the bed. See what I'm saying? Um, that's one of the most common ones when people, a lot of like kids, adolescents, not really small kids, but teenage years, they would 90%, no, probably 98% of them that wet the bed still at that age would tell you, when I wet the bed, I'm not in my mind, I'm not in the bed. I'm seeing myself in my bathroom using the bathroom, but then I wake up because I peed myself. And so you always say, look for something wrong. Like there was no trip from the bed to the bathroom. You were just in the bed. Hey, I got to pee. I got to get up and go pee. But there was never no get up and walk to the back. Excuse me. You just was in that state, and then all of a sudden you jump to the bathroom. You warp to the bathroom. Um, that and you get out of bed naked, no clothes on at all, just completely nude. And just look for something wrong that would normally not be there. 9 times out of 10, a dream is going to have something. Your mind didn't quite place something correctly like it was supposed to. So, and that's a way to tell. Now, with dreams that you're talking about, and I said all that to say this. She's like, I was asking about paranormal when you talking about pee in the bed and crap. I said all that to say this: look for something wrong in the dream. Now, let's say that your loved one passed away, and then you're having a dream about them, and they want to come and give you a message. If that message was something that you didn't know and you couldn't know, then that's probably an entity-induced dream. Um, how then the next question that everybody always asks is how does the entity manipulate your dream? Nobody knows that question. If you want to go into the psyche part of it, um, if telekinesis or I can never say that word, where you can read somebody's mind. If that is possible, then um, mental telepathy, I think that's how it says. Is that right? I don't know. I can't never say it. So I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. Y'all tell me. But anyway, um, some people say that that's how they're doing it. They're well, I can read the word. I said I can't say it. Say it out loud, John, so I can hear you. Scream it really loud from your town to my town. I almost said your town. I'm sorry, but from your town to my town. Telop, telop, telepathy. Telepathy. I think I'm saying it right. Is that right, y'all? Telepathy. Anyway, um, I don't know if that's how it's done or not. I think just the suggestion is put there subconsciously. Um, One of the few things that Ed Lauren and Ed Warren, not Ed Lauren, but Ed Warren and I agree on is an entity has no more power when it's an entity than it did when it was in skin. Okay. An entity can't do anything other than what it could do when it was alive. You just can't see who's doing it now. So I don't think just because you die, all of a sudden get powers to where you can manipulate people's minds and stuff like that. Can you put in suggestions? Well, absolutely you can, because I can put in suggestions. Um, Not just the psychology part of not just my psych experience, but my martial arts experience. Um, we learned how to meditate, and you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually will yourself to leave your body, to come out of your body, and there's a whole process on that. But just look that up, out of body experiences and how to cause an out of body experience. I've tried it and it worked. I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if I really did leave my body or not, but whatever it was really freaking cool. And I think I want to do it again. I hadn't thought about that in a lot of years, but I might be wanting to do it. But anyway, it was really cool because I wanted to fly. I love to fly, and I was always, even since I was a little kid, I was like, it's unfair that birds get to fly, but we can't. We have to have a machine to fly us. I don't want that. I want to be able to just go out and fly like a bird can. Well, you can do that through um, mental meditation. And what you do is Um, there's a process of how you do your saliva, how you do your breathing, how you do. It's a whole process. Just look. You'll have to go look that up because I'm not getting into that because it'll take all night. But uh, you can actually will yourself to dream something by thinking about it a lot. And if you meditate on it, you're going to dream about it every time if you meditate correctly. So go look that up. Go Google meditation and out of body experience and stuff like that, and how to manipulate that. Um, so I don't know. Whenever I did that meditation and I did that dream, I made myself dream that I was having an out of body experience. I don't know if that was just the power of suggestion that I had made myself. Well, I do know it was the power of suggestion, but I don't know if I physically came out of my body and went and flew around, or if it was just a dream because I made myself think about that and over and over and over and over and over. And I thought about where I was going to go and what I was going to do and what I was going to see. And I saw what I thought I was going to see. And but I don't know if that was the real thing that was actually happening when I saw it, because it could have just been what my mind made up through that secondary to power of suggestion. Or maybe I really did come out of my body and go fly around. I don't know. I'll never know, but it was fun. So try it. It's really cool. But sometimes we can know stuff in our mind's eye, in our subconscious, that we don't know with a walk around sense. You know what I mean? Like, what did Aunt Bertha do with that brooch that I wanted? Well, in your mind, in your subconscious, you're thinking, and if you know how to read subconscious, then if you do that meditation on how to read your subconscious, then you'll know that, well, she always put the stuff in this second drawer on her um, nightstand, the second drawer to the left. She always put all that stuff in there, but that's not in your mind. You're not thinking about that, so you don't know that. So if she comes to you in a dream and says, "Hey, that brooch you wanted, I want you to have it. It's in the second drawer to the left in my cabinet, in my dresser, in my room. Go get it. You can have it." And then people say, "Well, she came to me because I didn't know where that brooch was at." Well, you did, but you subconsciously you knew that that's where she put stuff that was important to her, or subconsciously you knew that's where she kept her brooches or whatever, but you just didn't think about it. So could it be that the spirit is not really there and it's just your own mind? Yeah, absolutely. Could the spirit do that? Yeah, because you can manipulate someone into having a dream, just like you can manipulate someone into being hypnotized. Not everybody can be hypnotized. You have to be open to it, and you have to. Um, Psychology calls it a weak mind, but it's not really a weak mind. It's an open mind. But if you have to be susceptible to that, and then that's why some people can be hypnotized and some people can't. Some people can be hypnotized into stopping drinking or smoking or doing drugs or stealing or whatever their bad habit is. But some people can't because they're not open to it. All right, so you have to be really open to it. But I hope that answers your question, Katie. So it could be, or it could just be your mind. Um, the possibilities are on both sides of that spectrum there. Let me see. Okay, let me get caught up here. So sorry to hear that too. I have the most wonderful boyfriend in the world, and his skin is black. I love him very much. Oh, Lynette, that's cool. I think she was saying that because of in response to what I was saying about the South and all that. I don't know what to say because I never got my name called in anything. I don't know what you're saying there. I think I missed something from Surge. Oh, when I was 4, she says I'm 11. You're 11 now. Okay, I've got it. I scar my forehead from an infection. Oh, bless your heart, Surge. I have a lot of those. I have a lot of scars too, a whole bunch of them. Katie says I'm behind. That's why I'm not shooting back. I have many things we will talk about later after this show. And all you said, Mister. Okay, Katie. Yeah, I mean it, and the whole past loved one come to you in a dream thing. Like I said, there's no way to really know. You look for something wrong. Look for something wrong. There's going to be something there that's wrong. If it's just a dream, something's going to be wrong. So look for that one thing that's wrong. And if you keep having a recurring dream over and over again, as soon as you wake up, record the dream every single time you have it. Get you a piece of paper and a pencil or pen or whatever, put it next to your bed. Get a pad, not a piece of paper. Get a whole pad and a pencil. Set it next to your bed. If you keep having that same dream over and over and over and over, whether it be a nightmare, a good dream, bad dream, whatever, keep having it, a premonition, whatever. It just keeps happening over and over and over. Every single time, write down what happened in the dream, even if you write down the exact same thing every time. Do that for 1 month, for 30 days. Ever how many times you have that dream in that 30 days, write that down. Stop, take that, take those papers, put them together, put them in a separate place. Do it for another month. Do that for 4 months. All right. For 4 months. You have 4 different files, 4 different months. Then go back and start reading the very first one and go all the way through. If you have it every time you go to sleep and you sleep at least once a day, so every month you've got 30 entries or 31 entries, whatever the case may be, or 28 or 29. You know what I mean? Go back and read every one of them. Look for similarities, just like you're trying to look for the PEs, just like you're trying to verify a personal experience. Go back and look for everything. Look for any changes. Look for any similarities, and then record those similarities. All right, and get really technical about it. What did it? What was the differences when I had the dream on Mondays? What was the difference whenever I had the dream on Tuesdays, and so on? What was the difference when I had the dream when I was really tired when I went to sleep? What was the difference when I was intoxicated when I went to sleep? What were the differences whenever I got woke up early? What were the differences whenever I slept all the way through the night? Whatever the case may be, analyze all of that, and you're going to find that one thing that's different every single time. All right. Um, and I'm not saying, well, you can do it on any recurring dream if you want to. If you want to analyze your dreams, that's fine. Do that. But and then just Google dream analysis and then check it out and with your data. But if it's a case where, like Katie was talking about, where it's a loved one, a passed on loved one that comes back, keep doing that, and then in 4 months, you look at everything on there and see if it's everything is always the same. I mean, down to every last detail you can think of too, that you can remember. And we usually remember our dreams very vividly when within the first 2 minutes of being awake. All right. Then after that, it starts to fall apart. All right. So as soon as you wake up, turn the light on, grab the pad, grab the pencil, start writing down what happened. All right. I have a nightmare and I wet my bed because of the nightmare. Yeah, that doesn't mean you're bedwetter. That just means it scared the crap out of you. Johnny, the Jefferson Hotel is located in Texas. The street is 124 West Austin Street. We're at in Texas. I'd say saying it's in Texas is like saying it's in Brazil. Texas is the biggest state we got. We're at in Texas. My only issue with out of body experience is while I'm something else coming and taking over. There's different thoughts on that being, if y'all didn't see that, John says, my only issue with out of body experiences is while I'm something else. He's saying while I'm out of my body, something else coming in and taking over. There's different schools of thoughts on that one too. Is that even possible? Um, there's a school of thought that says another spirit can't take your body because it's yours. It's, but there's also another school of thought. that believes in possessions and stuff like that that says any spirit can take a body. Um, I don't know what the answer to that. I lean towards where our bodies are our bodies, and it can't be something else can't take it. But who, nobody knows. But that's an awesome statement there, buddy. There's also my biggest fear with out of body. If it's a real out of body, it's not someone else taking over my body. It's something happening to my body while I'm out. That's my biggest fear. I mean, I've only done it a few times, but every time that's what goes through my mind is what if there's a fire while I'm gone, or what if I don't know, an intruder breaks in and finds me in bed, doesn't want to get caught, so he kills me, or he stops my heart or whatever. So you never know. I mean, what can happen to you, and then what's going to happen when your body is no longer livable? You get evicted while you're out. That would suck. Yesterday, I was talking to my mom about a good family friend that passed away several months ago. I didn't go back for the funeral because I just couldn't handle it. I was telling mom how bad I felt for not going. And last night, Cheryl came to me in my dream and told me it was okay that I didn't go. And she understood. She looked exactly like when she was alive. That is awesome, Katie. Was that just my subconscious? It could have been, Katie. The brain is always on self protection mode, always. The brain has to do two things, no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter the person, no matter the capabilities, the limits of the individual brain, whatever the case may be. The brain has to do two things. One, it has to have an excuse for everything. Anything that happens, the brain has to know why it happened. 100% of the time, it never fails. Um, that can go all the way from uh, seeing a face in the moon, um, uh, to um, the sky being blue. Right? The sky is not really blue. That's just what we perceive it as. Looking through the atmosphere and our eyes' capabilities and all that stuff, our brain has to have an excuse for everything. And if it cannot find an excuse, it will make one up. All right. And it always has to protect you. It doesn't have a choice. It always has to protect you, even not just physically, but mentally as well. Um, if someone came in and swung their fist towards your face, you're not going to just stand there and say, "Oh, look, there's a fist coming towards my face. Oh, look, there's a fist hitting my face. Oh, that hurts. It broke my nose. My blood is rushing out. That really hurt. Why did they hit me?" It doesn't do that, right? You throw your hands up, you move your head, you're going to do something to protect yourself subconsciously. You don't even have to be thinking about it, right? Um, Even if they are faster than you and you can't, if they're a prize fighter and they hit you, boom, and you're like, I didn't even see his freaking hand move. That was the thing that opponents for Bruce Lee would always say. Well, why did you stand there and let him hit you 5 times? Dude, I never saw his hand friggin' move. I didn't know he was going to hit me 5 times. But even after that, they're going to start to move around. They're not just going to stand there and let the guy hit them, right? Sooner or later, the brain's going to kick in. Hey, you're getting hit. We need to do something. If we put our hand on a hot surface, we're going to move that hand away from the hot surface, right? Because our brain has to protect us. Um, that bothering you so much and being in your subconscious for so long, so for several months, that have been your friend coming back to tell you, hey, it's cool that you didn't go to the funeral. I understand. I completely understand. There's a lot of people that don't understand why I didn't go to my mom's funeral. Um, and that's fine. There's family members that have chastised me for it, have said that I was a horrible person because I didn't go to my mom's funeral. First of all, a funeral is not for us, or not for the deceased. It's for the family and friends, the people that need that closure. I didn't need that closure. I know what happened. All right. I couldn't go to that funeral. I couldn't go there and face those people and that situation. I just couldn't do it. So I don't care that people don't like the fact that I didn't go. You know, you had your reasons for not going to your friend's funeral, just like I had my reasons. I don't think the deceased ever looks back and says, they didn't even have the freaking decency to come to my funeral. Who cares about the funeral? A funeral's a funeral. It's not for the deceased, it's for the living. You know, what happens in there, that's for the living. That's for their closure. The deceased don't even know it. They're not even there, you know, or they may be there. I don't know. I don't plan on going to my funeral. A lot of people say, I'm going to my funeral just to see who shows up. I don't give two rats rears who shows up or not. I don't care. If you don't come, you don't come. I don't care. It ain't for me. I'm going to be doing something else. I promise you. I'm going to be busy that day. So it could have been your brain just protecting you, saying, hey, it's okay. She would have said this. Subconsciously in your mind, you're thinking, she understands. She knows exactly why I didn't come. But that's not what's going through your everyday common sense mind. Your walk around mind, a lot is what a lot of people call it. Your walk around mind that is saying, man, I hope she understands why I didn't come. You know, why I hope she knows that I loved her and blah, 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 all this stuff. You know, so yes, it could be either way. Or could have it have been your friend coming to you to tell you that it was okay, that she understood? Absolutely. But in the end, whatever the outcome is what the important thing is there. Not how it happened or why it happened or who it happened to, but the outcome. Did it make you feel better after you had that dream? Did it make you feel like, okay, she understands? Whether she did or not, if it makes you feel better, then that's what that was the whole purpose of that dream. Whether it was her or your own mind, either way, the outcome is the same. All right. I've only had that dream once. Does that invalidate my dream? Absolutely not, John. And it could still be either way. Um, Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't. Oh no, no, that was another one. Yeah, I did finish hers. Sir, I changed my username to Serge's videos. Okay, Serge. Thank you for telling me. I'll definitely go check it out. I only had that dream once. Okay. No, it definitely does. It doesn't validate it or invalidate it, John. It doesn't at all. Whether it was your, um, I think you said that was your father, or if it was your own mind. Either way, how it made us feel in the end. We've had this conversation before. How it made us feel in the end is is the outcome, right? Now, if you if you never thought of it that way, and now you're thinking, well, if it was just my own mind, then maybe they are still mad at me, or maybe they don't understand. No, 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 no. But if your subconscious told you how your friend would react, go with that because that's who knows your friend more than you do. All right, that's basic sight right there. Your subconscious knows a hell of a lot more about your life than you know about your life, right? Because we put those walls up, right? When we get our heart broken or we get disappointed in someone or we get lied to or we get cheated or taken advantage of or something like that, we put those walls up, right? And those walls build up rooms and then we lock those rooms and then we can't go in there anymore, right? It's called a self-protection mode and self-preservation. And we put those walls up and before someone can allow us to be their friend or their lover or their husband or their wife or whatever, that wall has to come back down. And until it does, it doesn't. Well, your subconscious doesn't put those walls up. Your subconscious always knows. It's always thinking about this and that. It remembers everything. That's why we can recall stuff. When we walk into a room and we get a smell, there's certain smells I can get and it'll take me back to a time in my life. You know what I mean? There's certain smells I can smell and it'll take me back to something, like if I smell fresh orange juice, if that smell that you get when you do the fresh orange juice, that takes me back to my grandmother's kitchen where there was always fruits and orange juice and all that stuff. If I smell hickory burning, it takes me back to my aunt's place in North Alabama where I had the Sasquatch experience. I know y'all heard me talk about that. um, it takes me back there, and so that's not stuff that's just locked inside somewhere. That's stuff that lives in the subconscious that you always remember. See what I'm saying? So no, that doesn't invalidate or validate that dream, John. I have dreams that like kind of show myself sleeping. Either that's a dream or an out of body experience. Can I do it on a tablet? Because I'm not very good at spelling. Yes, Lynette, you can do it on a tablet, just as long as you can record it. You can even do it with a recorder. Get a recorder and talk into it and tell about your experience during your dream. How you preserve the incidents doesn't matter. It's how you remember it. Periodolia. Yeah, that's you were saying because the seeing a face in the moon. Yeah, graves are for the living. Absolutely, they are. I have a dream that is a beautiful white unicorn came to me and said her name was Starlight Starbright, and her boyfriend was a dragon named Jack. That's cool. Fishing with St. Peter. I'll be sitting at the feet of Jesus in pure joy. Funeral? Huh. I won't even be caring if there is one. So don't bother. That's what I say too, Laura. And some people say, well, that's not very nice. No, that's not very traditional. That's what that is. I don't care if they even have it. They can throw me in a box. Well, I'm not getting in a box. They're not putting me in a box. I've requested to be cremated and my ashes spread across Cahaba in Dallas County. Because that's my favorite place on earth. But because it's so haunted. I love it. But that's where I want to be. That's where I want my body to be. I'm not going to be there. I want my body to be there. But so yeah, I don't. They don't even have to have a funeral for me. I don't really want one. I don't really care. But I'm not going to say don't have one because I hate when people do that. And I have relatives that have done this where they'll go and they'll plan their funeral out how they want it to be. I think that's so unfair. The funeral is not for you. It's not your funeral. It's your family's funeral. It's your friend's funeral. It's your coworkers, your associates. It's that's whose funeral it is. It's not for you. Don't deprive these people of what they need to have that closure. Y'all don't do that to people. If y'all are planned out your funeral and you don't want this, I don't care if they have a funeral for me. If they don't want to have a funeral for me, they don't have to. But if they want to, I don't care either. I'm not going to be there. Like Laura said, I'm going to be way too busy. So I mean, yeah, I'm going to be really busy that day. So yeah, I don't really care if they have a funeral or not. But if they want to have a funeral for that closure, that's up to them. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Let them do it. I tried to avoid my mom's anger one time. She threw air freshener at me. Well, she wasn't trying to throw it at me. It just hit me in the face on the nose. I was panicking. My mom was panicking. Dear Lord. Yeah, don't argue with mom no more. Tuesday, I was helping my mom with baking cookies for my big brother, and I burned my pointer finger. It wasn't pretty, I bet. Been saving my money for GoPro. Cool, Serge. That's a good idea. GoPros are great for YouTube videos. Or you'd better be at my funeral. I'm coming back to haunt the crap out of you. The smell of lilies always takes me back to my grandma's visitation at the funeral home. That was 23 years ago, and still can't stand the smell of lilies because of her funeral. Oh, turn that around. Don't turn it into something like that reminds you of the funeral, Katie. Turn that around to where that reminds you of your grandmother instead. That way you'll like this. Lilies smell really good. I hate that you have to miss out on that because of what it reminds you of that funeral. Don't let it remind you of the funeral. Think of your grandmother every single time. And you can train yourself to do that too. Every time you smell that smell, you start dreaming or not dreaming, but thinking about grandma's funeral, and it makes you sad because that's the day you lost grandma. Because we don't lose our loved ones when they die, do we? We lose them during the funeral. I was destroyed when my wife passed away. ripped me to pieces. There's still no reason why I should be here today. It was that bad. I mean, we were together since the fourth freaking grade, and when she was ripped away from me, it literally destroyed my life. It destroyed my psyche. I was gone. I had to go into therapy. It was bad. It destroyed me. But when the day she died, that was the shock period, and then the days that led up to the funeral was the um, stages of acceptance. Stages of loss, and then the funeral. Whenever they closed that casket, that's when I actually lost her. So that's train yourself to get away from that, Katie. Get away from that. That's the day that lilies remind you of the day you lost your grandmother, to the day that, or just to the fact that they remind you of your grandmother. The smell of the leaves always takes. Oh, okay, I already got that one. That's where I'm coming for you to come talk to me and give me evidence. You're coming to uh Cahaba, John, to talk to me after they spread my ashes. Yeah, John will way outlive me, I promise you. He's super young and I'm super old. So I have to come back and give him evidence. You don't have to come to Cahaba. You can come to Cahaba to talk to me. I hope you do. But anytime you investigate, I'm gonna be there doing something to you, I promise you. John's gonna be like, people are gonna ask John after I'm dead and gone, and John's leading CAPI now, and it's just him and Corey and Beth and whoever else is, and Brian and whoever else is on the team at the time. They're going to come back and ask John. They're going to say, "Well, do you investigate that place there?" And he goes, "Yeah, we investigated that. We're done now. We got all that. Is it haunted?" John's going to say, "Well, I don't really know. It's either haunted or Johnny wouldn't leave me the hell alone. It's one of those." He says he wants me to come back and tell him stuff and give him evidence and stuff like that. But I'm going to make it to where he don't want me to, because he's never going to know if a place is haunted or not. He's going to like, was there a ghost there? Yeah, there was a ghost there, but I don't know if it was the ghost that lived there or died there, or if it was Johnny messing with me. I have 11 so far. I started yesterday. Keep going, Serge. You'll get it. That's how I get stuff. I save up the money. But I don't like to finance and I don't borrow. Yeah, well, Johnny was effing with me the whole time. Yep. Serge, go to Amazon. I saw some really good prices for GoPros on Amazon. Check that out. There's some really, really good prices. I've been thinking about getting one too, to do some day in the life of videos for the channel. Um, I have a camera to do that with. It's kind of bulky, but not really bulky. I mean, it's a handheld. It's about that freaking big. It's not really bulky, but it's um, awkward to hold the whole day. So I was thinking about a GoPro that I can mount on me. Would be great. But yeah, go to Amazon. There was some good prices on GoPros and chest mounts, where you can get the mounts to put it on your chest. Are there any other questions? And have I answered your questions correctly? And like I said, not correctly, but legibly, mentally legibly. I think I murdered that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Laura, did you finally go to bed? She probably left because you were being mean to her, telling her she couldn't stay on here. But she's subscribed now, so you're done. Y'all, we might not need Katie anymore. We now have a new Katie. Her name is Laura. It's possible. I don't like it. Laura says, I don't like it. You don't like what? I think we lost Beth. Did Beth go to bed? SSCP. Laura and I are polar opposites. Cool. I don't like coffee. I don't even like the smell of coffee. I'm telling y'all, Lynette is random, y'all. Ain't nobody said nothing about no coffee. She gonna pop in talking about she don't like no coffee. That's sad, Lynette, because I love some coffee. I think you're missing out. You ain't had no good coffee. That's what it is. You need some good coffee. Have you ever seen someone PC? Possessed? Possessed. Possessed. Yes, I have seen someone possessed. I don't know how to spell possessed. I think she's saying possessed. Yes, but not in the paranormal. Thank you, John. He fixed it for you. I gotta go. I might be back. Okay, so we're fixing to end it anyway in just a few minutes. What is 42, John? But yes, Serge, I have seen someone possessed, but not during like an investigation or anything like that. I saw it in a religious setting. That's why I tell people it is possible, but you have to invite it. It can't just happen. You have to invite that. The answer to everything. I think John's been drinking tonight. All right. Well, if there are no more questions, I am going to go. I still got a little work to do for my full-time job, and I don't think I'm going to work tomorrow, so that means I need to have it done early. Oh, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's like the second or third time you've done that, John, and I never catch on until you say that. Then I'm like, duh. Maybe John has become possessed. That's possible. That is possible. John can't be possessed. John's too strong of a soul. He cannot be possessed. I'm telling y'all. Well, our viewership is dropping steadily, so I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much for another show. Um, I love you so much. I will come on and do a brief show whenever the Patreon gets set up to let everybody know it's set up so you can go sign up for it. Go and look at the different things you're going to get if you sign up for it. I promise you. Incoming choppers. That's right. Um, I promise you, you're going to love some of that stuff, especially the behind the scenes and all that stuff. There's the link. John just popped up the link to the class. If you guys want to take the class on December the 14th at 10 a.m., just follow that link and it'll take you to it. And John will get you set up. Just do what it says when you get there and he'll get you set up for the class. It's going to be a really cool class. I know it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. December 14th at 10 a.m., which is the second Saturday of December, I think. I'm correct when I say that. Let me make sure. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Sunday's the first, so the days are numbered correctly, as my grandmother used to say. Saturday's the 7th. The first Saturday is the 7th. The next one is the 14th. The next one is 21st, and the next one is 28th. So it goes Sunday to Saturday, 1 through 7. So that's pretty cool. Hey, and I get paid 5 times this month. That's cool. But anyway, and do y'all know that this coming year is a leap year? It is. It is. This year is a leap year. So all those people that were born on February 29th get to have a birthday this year, this coming year. Not this year, but this coming year. And I'm going to give you an assignment. Yes, get that book. Thank you. The book club. There's the link, Katie. He just popped it right up under where you were at. And there's John's email. Go to jbowen.capi.gmail.com for if you want to be in the class. That link he just popped up, Katie, will take you to the book. It's called The Demonologist by I forgot his name. Derek. No. Garrett Barrett. Garrett Berry. I don't know. Garrett something. But anyway, it's about Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's the book we're going to use. I've just finished it. John finished it for the second time. I'm fixing to read it again for the second. I'll probably read it 2 or 3 times between now and time for in January. But yeah, go to hit that up if you want to get that book. Paranormal. Hey, Cassandra, she's just getting off work and we just getting off the air. My dad and brother drinks coffee. I love coffee, Lynette. Gerald Brittle. That's right. Thank you, John. That's right. Gerald Brittle. That's the book is called The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle. All right. It's the extraordinary life of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Y'all go get that book sometime between now and the first of the year and get it read. And we're going to start the book club in January. Probably around, let me see. I think Beth's already gone. So I'll have to check with her. But it's going to be a Facebook thing. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's going to be a Facebook thing. And I think it's going to be probably around the 1st of January, which is a Wednesday. So we'll figure that out. I don't want to do it on a Sunday. We may have to do it on a Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. But maybe around the 4th or the 11th. But I'll let Beth. Beth may have already had it planned out. She usually does. So she probably already has it planned out. But I have tried coffee and the taste was not good. That's why I don't drink coffee. Got you. Yeah, y'all go get that book. If you want to be in the book club, it's going to be a lot of fun. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Beth, I think you're already gone. I think Melissa is too. But Beth, I really need to talk to you tomorrow. Melissa, I definitely need to talk to you tomorrow too. So please PM me your phone number if you haven't already done so. But we love you guys. Thanks, John. I did not ignore you, Katie. I read it whenever I got to it. Y'all always say I ignore you. I'm not ignoring you. I have to catch up. Y'all talk so fast. I like a little coffee with my creamer. I like black coffee with sugar. That's my favorite thing is black coffee with sugar. Or if it's really good deep roast, I'll drink it without anything, just the black coffee. If it's good coffee. Love you guys so much. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for another successful show. We will see you guys next Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. I hope you guys have a paranormal week. I will be on sometimes this week for a short video just to announce the Patreon. So y'all get ready for that. You're going to love what you're going to get through that Patreon, especially the $25 mark. And $25 a month. Hello. I mean, come on. That's nothing. That's less than $1 a day. Way less than $1 a day. So love you guys. We will see you next Sunday. And keep your ear out for some non-live posted videos coming soon. All right. Y'all have a great paranormal week. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.